Hello all, welcome you to the YouTube channel of Evolution Careers. I am Sukumar, the speaker for this session. This session is about effective performance appraisal. I heartily welcome you all on behalf of Evolution Careers for this online webinar series. Let us look a bit in detail about how to make an effective performance appraisal, and also when we go for getting an appraisal, how to get it in the right way. And coming to what is performance appraisal? Performance appraisal is the activity carried out to evaluate the performance given by any individual, be it in a company, be it as a student, as an employee, as a researcher, whatever it is. Performance appraisal is the benchmarking activity done to measure the target versus actual carried out by an individual. Every one of us has targets in our life, in our work life, even in our personal life. We have our personal goals in personal life, professional goals in professional life. What is the importance of it? The importance of performance appraisal is it is the activity and the report making where your performance is noted and documented. If you do not do it properly, then it gives a false impression about your performance. You might be either overrated or underrated. Both are wrong. You have to be rated rightly. If you are 4 on a score of 5 points, then you have to be rated for 4 only. Rating 2 is also wrong. Rating 5 is also wrong. Why? Because is that your performance had happened during the stipulated time frame and it has to be measured currently. Wrong performance appraisals leads to depriving of accolades to the right performance. On what aspect, what are the key parameters to be taken care of while you are doing a performance appraisal? Either you are going to get a performance appraisal or you are giving a performance appraisal. Please note these points mandatorily. For scope of work. To carry out any performance appraisal, the scope of work to be carried out by the individual during the performance period has to be clearly written and documented. The scope of work should have no ambiguity, it should be of full clarity. And the list of targets has to be specified very clearly. Target number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has to be specified very clearly. You cannot simply say grow organization, growing organization. It can be a vision, but it's not a target. It's not a measurable target. How much growth you have to achieve? Say for example, you need to have 10% growth this year. If you achieve 10% growth, yes, then you have met your target. If you are below 10%, you had underperformed with respect to your target. If you went beyond 10, it means you have overperformed. So you have to have that list of targets with detail. And for all target versus actual parameters, you have to have a clear-cut backup documentation, not by verbal things alone. You have to have a clear-cut documented evidences or information from data portals. So in certain companies they follow global flash reports wherein they are uploaded based on the internal documents of each and every unit. Key performance indicators. These are again one of the most important factors wherein which target of you or which indicator of you has how much weightage. Your work or the activity, in short, activity can be divided into 10 things, but all the 10 things will not have the same level of importance, same level of weightage. If you do not clearly indicate the weightage to be given, then at the time of performance appraisal, you might give your own way of weightage to it, and the person who has performed the activity might have considered it is in his own way. So If such scenario occurs, there will be a mismatch. Say if I am going to get a rating and there is no clarity about the key performance indicators, the parameters are listed down, the indicators are listed down, but there is no weightage allocated. I might treat every indicator as equal weightage point. And when I go and sit in a performance appraisal, then the person who is evaluating my performance, he might simply say that target 135 carries 80% of the weightage and remaining 7 carry only 20% of weightage. Considering that all carries equal weightage, I would have exceedingly performed in that 20% weightage, and in 80% I would have performed to 90% or say 80%. So 80% of 80% weightage, it comes 64. 120% of 20% weightage, it comes to 24. My overall rating point would stand at 88. But if according to my assumption calculation, if you go 7 into 120 percentage, which means 84 percentage there, plus for the 3 80 percentage of which, so 24. 84 plus 24 becomes 108, which means according to my understanding, the way I had assumed the basis of KPIs, my performance is 108 points out of 100, which means I had exceedingly performed well overall. But as per the evaluators criteria, it is only 88. So you need to have a clarity over it, otherwise you will end up in a lot of confusion activities. Rating parameters also, with each individual sub-rating point should have a clear-cut weightage. Then only everyone will have a clear clarity. And performance monitoring should always happen on the basis of facts and figures only, not on favoritism, not on any personal choices. Otherwise, it will be an unfair performance monitoring and evaluation. The overall rating should be as per the organizational rating policy, which every organization has a different set of it. And at the time of joining itself, you please get clarity what the policy organization has. If any changes occur, you get it from HR. And the escalation matrix, most of the organizations have this in place right now. Why? Because if at all anybody is not doing a fair performance evaluation, then a complaint can be raised on them, so that you can have your right evaluation done. If it is not there, you try to post it to the decision making authorities, so that the facts come out. So never ever let go a wrong performance appraisal done for the righteous things you did. This is one of the key important factors in any professional life. So please ensure that you are noting down all these point aspects and following it when your performance appraisals happen. Most of us do not have clarity on these aspects, and we go with assumptions and our own understandings, and that's the reason why we end up in not getting the right performance appraisal, and we will be feeling inside our heart for it that we did all this hard work, but we weren't recognized. Demand your recognition for the work you did. Accept the faults which you had did. That is the righteous way. Thank you for your valuable time allocated for attending this session. Please like our videos if they are informative. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos on many other topics, and kindly share it with your near and dear ones in your friend circle to pass on this information to as many as possible. Thank you. It's Sukumar signing off from Evolution Careers.